What's going on? Today I'm working on some music for a video game. The scene is a cave, and so I'm playing around with this big echoey kind of a sound here. We're tuned down half a step as well, just to give it a little bit of a darker tone, something a little sinister. There's 3 guitar parts to this whole thing, and I want to show you how you can layer some guitar parts to create a little bit more interest and texture within whatever you're making. Because it's a very simple piece, but we can still layer in a lot of little bits that give it a little more interest as it loops over and over. I'm using the word interest a lot. But here's the basic riff, is it's just a... just repeat. So I'll play a little bit of what I added in. We have a little bit of a drum thing going on in the back here. Just some light pop brushy little sounds here. See already how that gives it at least a little bit of momentum. It's like we're taking steps, or at least that's how I imagine it, walking into the cave, moving forward. And then I found this other sound here that I also really like. It's the same exact guitar sound, but I switched over to my bridge and my mid pickup, and then I'm just using the octave, and then I use the power chords of the G and the A sound. So we start with the E octave here, and I'm strumming like right on the bridge. I want a really high, cracky, a little bit of like shock in a way. And then we come down here, and I love the way it echoes around. And so when we start to layer that in with the other piece, you can see how it starts to... Now for the third part, what we have going on here is a little bit of just high B and G string here. So I'm up here on the 15th and 14th frets, 15 on B, 14 on G, and then we have the G. And then we go down here for the A. But what we did with this one is we layered it in 2 different sounds. So I have this one that's called Dublin Delay, and then I have this other one that's called the Mystery Chorus, and it's slightly different because we're a lot cleaner. We're getting a bit more of the actual tone of the note, and the Dublin Delay has a lot more of that fuzz and distortion, a little more echoey. It kind of fills out that top end, and then this brings a bit more of the mids and a touch of low end. You're not going to get much low end on these strings, but it's just a fuller, very chorusy, so it sounds like multiple guitars again. So what does that sound like when we layer that in with everything else that we have going on here? And then we just let that fade away and off it goes. So I hope that is something interesting. It shows you how you can just layer some different guitar sounds using the same tones, different pickups, and then changing around your amps and settings with these high notes here on the echoey sounds. What I ended up doing was panning them a little bit left and right, and they already have stereo delays on them, and I just find it really cool how you have all of that swirling around in the background. To me, maybe it's kind of like your thoughts going on or something, or a little tune you're whistling that's kind of carrying you forward. I don't know. You kind of just make things up as they sound good. But thanks for tuning in. Hope that helps you create something that's a little more dynamic and layered with your guitar sounds.